Part 255. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2541. Uncle G has always been supercilious. The more you threaten him, the less he will. For him, this is nothing at all. Not to mention the demigod-level saint who is far away in the Temple of the Light Alliance, even the demigod-level deputy palace master of the Guangming Academy, he may not give face. This reputation is earned step by step. Okay. Very good. I will convey these words of yours to the Zhuokyu saint. Fu Jing, vice president of the Priest Academy, almost died of anger. While talking at the moment, my chest unnaturally rises and falls. Whatever. So is it really worth it? Competition determines the position of squad leader. Hurry up. Don't waste time. We're busy. Taishuji waved his hand and said very frankly. Competition is competition. Do you really think how strong your disciple Fang Fan is? Last time, it was an accident. I don't believe he can display such fighting power every time. He is not a god. Tread the snow. Ji. Come here. Fight him one by one. As long as you take him down, I will definitely do my best to train you as a teacher in the future. Give me a sigh of relief for my teacher. Fu Jing, vice president of the Priest Academy, began to mumble unnaturally while speaking. Now the thoughts in my heart are very real. Ever since she confronted Fang Fan and Grand Uncle Ji, she ended in complete failure every time. It didn't work once. Slapped in the face again and again. She was really disgusted. Also disgusted. She wants to take off. Thinking this way in her heart, Fu Jing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, only hopes to strive for one success. She just needs to succeed this time. No matter the cost. Fu Jing, vice president of the Priest Academy, looked expectantly at her two precious disciples, Zhuokyu Taxu and Lu Jiyi. Master, I can't do it, I'm no match for him. He even killed senior brother Zhuokyu, what am I? Master, he will beat me to death. Zhuokyu Taxu took a deep breath, completely panicked at the moment, while talking, quickly followed back. At this moment, it is always necessary to live with it. Not to mention anything else, this heart is really flustered. It's like a deer bumping around, it's crazy. The face of Fu Jing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, turned dark again. A little fire of hope has just been generated on her side. Is this going to be completely extinguished by her? Is that what you mean? Isn't this slap in the face a bit too timely? This is the disciple she has always regarded as Chinbeo. The last time was just an accident. He's just a one-star middle sanctuary. What are you afraid of? What's there to be afraid of? I'm backing you up. No matter what happens to Chia, I will support you. If it is really dangerous, I will definitely not sit idly by. What I said, don't you have any points in your heart? Don't drop the chain on me. The voice of Fu Jing, vice president of the Priest Academy, gradually became hoarse. She even wants to pray directly now. Can you give her a face? Just this one time is enough. As long as she has a long face, she can just close her eyes right now. Anyway, that's what I thought in my heart. Master. Then you must remember to save me. I don't want to die. If you are late in the rescue, Fang Fan will really kill me. Master. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2542. Zhuokyu Taxu swallowed his saliva, and while talking, he shrank his neck. Now he is really scared. When facing Fang Fan, he had no confidence at all. Not only did he have no confidence, but he was sweating all over his body. The sense of endless panic gathered in my mind, and I almost knelt down and begged for surrender. It's probably like this. He had some grievances with Fang Fan before, and he tried to come here to find trouble several times, but in the end, of course, they all came back in failure. Since then, he has felt inexplicably more frightened towards Fang Fan. As soon as I thought about it, my feelings became even more profound. As for the so-called competition, it is even more of a joke. Fang Fan stood on the high platform, just took 2 steps forward. This Zuoki Otaksu was frightened and ran directly to the edge of the high platform, and almost jumped directly like that. Do you still want to fight? Fang Fan frowned, and then directly complained, in this state, he still hit a hammer. Of course I will. I'm not afraid of you. My master said that the reason why you were so strong before was because you used a forbidden technique. You can't be so strong all the time. Right, that is it. Then I don't have to worry. You are not my opponent. I want to wash my shame. I'm going to attack. You just admit defeat. I don't want to bully you. Zuokyu, the godson of the first-class Light Alliance temple, stuck his neck in the snow, and then said arrogantly from the side. This arrogant posture is showing at this time anyway. As for the others, I really can't see it clearly for the time being. It's just why this guy's tone of voice is so cowardly. It's really interesting to say the hardest words with the most embarrassing expression. Oh. Okay, I know. Fang Fan nodded seriously and said. Are you going to admit defeat? Hurry up and admit defeat. It will be too late. Zuoki Otaksu's eyes lit up, and then he said excitedly, all kinds of gestures were vividly displayed in the words. Anyway, at this time, the thoughts in my heart are quite real. It's impossible to admit defeat. I just want to tell you that I won't beat you to death later. Don't worry, I will definitely leave you a way to survive. Fang Fan bared his teeth and grinned, then walked 2 steps forward. You, don't come here. If you come here again, I'll jump off. I really want to jump off. Don't come here. Zuoki Otaksu actually threatened Fang Fan by jumping off a high platform. Fang Fan opened his mouth, wondering if there was something wrong with this guy's cerebellum. If you jump off by yourself, it is tantamount to losing. Fang Fan didn't bother to waste any more time, he was going to step forward and deal with it with a punch. Boom. Before Fang Fan rushed over, this Zuoki Otaksu pretended to fall down. This expression, this posture, is very weird. Seeing this, Fang Fan almost died laughing. This guy is also a talent. I accidentally fell off the stage. Fang Fan. You are really lucky. Forget it, I'll let you this time. If we fight with real knives and guns, you will definitely not be my opponent, but who made me so unlucky that I fell down? If that's the case, you'll win. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 2543. Zuoki Otaksu babbled a lot, then waved his hand, seeming quite generous. There is a sigh below. Counseling is counseling, can you stop talking so grandiosely? Who doesn't know who? I can't keep this face anyway. As for this wave after wave, what kind of trouble do you want? After this wave, looking at it inexplicably makes the scalp tingle. Shiur. It's a humming talent, to speak so confidently. Ha ha ha, it was a sad thing at first, but after being messed with by this Zuoki Otaksu, it became inexplicably happy. That's right, that's the feeling, I'm so humming, I almost burst out laughing. Xiuer's operation has never let us down. Learn a little bit in the future, this is also a classic operation. Waves of discussions followed, and everyone laughed. Sao operations continue. Just to make it lively, generally speaking, the excitement is in place. This plot feels so beautiful. After this wave, it will not work if you are not convinced. That's awesome class. The face of Fujing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, completely turned down. What a shame. Disgraceful and lost at home. She really wanted to get rid of this old face. What kind of immortal apprentice is this? Can I still ask for this? You, even if you can't beat him, at least you have to put on a fake face. As long as you deal with it for a few rounds, it can be considered a battle. You are nothing. People just walked a few steps forward, and you were so frightened that you fell directly to the high platform. Does this make everyone laugh? Haven't seen enough of this joke. If you really don't want to fight anymore, feel that you can't fight, and admit defeat openly, you can save some integrity. It's too clownish to do this. Vice President Fujing, how do you count this wave? Grand Uncle G also followed suit. No matter what, he will definitely not lose money on his side. On the contrary, after watching this wave, he feels extraordinarily happy. This wave of watching dramas is simply not too exciting. This feeling in my heart is very real. Snort. Casual. Fujing, vice president of the Priest Academy, spit out a few words through her teeth. It's not bad if she didn't get pissed off. Master. I blame the disciple for being too careless, so, that's why I accidentally fell off the high platform. Hey, I have failed Master's earnest teachings. In fact, I can hit 10 one-star sanctuaries like Fang Fan. Zuoki Otaxu patted his chest. At this moment he was still pretending. Anyway, it's about to be installed to the end. Those things on the surface are very real. Fang Fan was speechless. Why does this guy look more shameless than Bai Biao? Bai Biao's shamelessness has no bottom line. This guy not only has no bottom line, but also has no personality, and everything is floating with him. I can give you another chance, I allow you to come up, we are one-on-one, continue to fight. I can't let you leave with regrets. Fang Fan looked at Bai Biao, and while talking, the expression on his face was extremely indifferent. Are you not beautiful? Then let's take a good look, who wants to be more beautiful? I. Zuoki Otaxu licked his lips, inexplicably confused. What does this make him say? I have already retreated, this is already an attitude of admitting defeat. Why are you still chasing after me? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2544. People are tough. It's so difficult for me. Can you take care of my face a little bit? Is it easy for me to point my face? Facing Fang Fan's generosity, Zuoki Otaxu just wanted to complain endlessly. This is not what he thought in his heart at all. His heart is really suffering. The bitter taste is like sea water. This mood sank directly to the bottom of the valley, probably such a deep feeling. Cough, I, Zuoki Otaxu, am also a descendant of demigod blood. I can't eat this kind of cheap food. Although I accidentally fell off the high platform, I admit it. This is my sense of pride as a demigod. Fang Fan. I appreciate your kindness. But I, Zuoki Otaxu, will definitely not be able to do this step. While Zuoki Otaxu was talking, he straightened his neck and his eyes became extremely sharp. This means that he was panting, and he really put it on. I didn't see it. Who? Can you die if you don't pretend, or what? If you're pretending to be aggressive, pretend to be a little level, okay. In this state, who is he fooling? This really doesn't sound like it is the case. There was a lot of complaints below, and the eyes of the masses were sharp, and the specific situation could be seen in minutes. It's impossible to hide something here. Anyway, the current situation is stuck here. There was a lot of sighs, and Zyuoki Otaksu inexplicably felt a little hot on his face. But for the sake of my own face, continue to stick to it. I'm here to challenge you. Zyuoki treading snow is trash, but I am not. A girl in black came walking from a distance, holding a scimitar, exuding a heroic posture all over her body. Overall, it looks pretty good. The figure is also good, and the facial features are not bad. The girl in black had been standing next to Fujing, the vice president of the Priest Academy. She should be Lu Jiyi, another disciple of Fujing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, and one of the candidates for class leader. The cultivation level of the 4-star high-level sanctuary realm is not bad. From this look, it was clear that she was a girl who had not been severely beaten, and there was still a sense of infinite expectation in her heart. I always feel that I am the strongest existence in heaven and earth. Only after a wave of severe beatings can one go deep into it and feel one's own humbleness and inadequacy. Generally speaking, I feel it through this method, and at the end, I always feel extraordinarily bleak. Hey, this woman is really impatient. You still call me a waste. I have tried my best to remind you, but I still don't wake up. This wave is going to be unlucky. Fortunately, this woman has attracted all the attention, and I'm relieved. Now just squat here and watch the show. A good show is about to be staged. Zyuoki stepped on the snow and came to a hidden corner secretly, muttering to himself, and then looked at the high platform happily. He can even predict what will happen. Speaking of which, his master, Vice President Fujing, is also very tall. Really don't know how much his disciple weighs. You have to shame your disciples up there. In the end, your disciple loses all face, and you feel comfortable? Taken together, you are nothing. Zyuoki Otaksu twitched his lips, and secretly complained in his heart. In fact, he wanted to join the Ares Academy at that time, and even spent 100 million star cores to enter the 9th floor of the tower of the academy. It's just that later, for some reason, none of the mentors he had a crush on fell in love with him. In a fit of anger, he simply ran to the Priest Academy, and even recognized Fujing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, as his master. Now that I think about it, why do I feel a sense of regret for life? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 2545. Is this considered entering the wrong mountain gate? Such a pity. I should have insisted on continuing to stay at the God of War Academy. It's not without reason that everyone is running towards the God of War Academy. In all aspects, people are strong. If I were from the God of War Academy, I wouldn't be so opposed to this Fang Fan. This guy is completely perverted. What is he trying to do with the seizure? He's just humiliating himself. Remember this in the future. If you really meet this guy, dodge as much as possible. Zyuoki Otaksu nodded secretly, while thinking in his heart. The expression on his face became more and more solemn and sincere. From a comprehensive point of view, this is also a rather real thought in my heart. At this moment, on the high platform, the battle between Fang Fan and Lu Jiyi, a first-year student of the Priest Academy, is in full swing. Speaking of which, Fang Fan basically didn't have much feeling for male and female opponents. What about men? What about women? Even if it's a pretty girl, that's all. Anyway, this is not my woman, and it has nothing to do with me if I say 1,000 words and 10,000. Your cultivation base is low, you make the first move. Lu Jiyi held her head high and her chest high, her arrogant posture fully displayed. In fact, this is her way of retreating into advance. According to the normal rhythm, if she and a woman have said this, Fang Fan must feel very sorry in his heart. If this is the case, then his chance will really come. At that time, if Fang Fan is a little more slack, she will be able to perform a one-hit kill on Fang Fan. Although from Lu Jiyi's point of view, she never paid much attention to Fang Fan's one-star mid-level Sanctuary Realm cultivation base, but since Fang Fan was able to make such a big name, it must not be a joke. In all aspects, there is always one thing to care about. Oh. Good. Fang Fan nodded, and then punched him directly. In order to show politeness, he only used a little bit of strength for this fist. Of course, this is a part of the strength after borrowing the power of a 6-star initial Sanctuary Realm pet. This part of force hit Lu Jiyi, a first-year student of the Priest Academy, directly on the face. Boom. In an instant, the bridge of the nose was broken, and the face also collapsed. Strands of blood flowed out. Lu Jiyi reacted and roared crazily. Ah! Ah! It hurts, it hurts. It hurts me. It hurts me. Crazy. You crazy. What are you crazy about? What are you doing? Completely insane. Madman. My nose. My face, I'm disfigured. Lu Jiyi gritted her teeth, then shivered and roared. It sounds like it's aggrieved. Didn't you say that my cultivation base is low, so you let me make the first move? I'm going to make a move. Is this here? Can't you afford it? If you can't afford it, don't play it. That's it? What do you mean? Fang Fan shrugged and said seriously. You. Then why did you hit me in the face? Lu Jiyi gritted her teeth, and then screamed bitterly. Who made you short? This face is just at the same level as my fist. If you grow taller, I should go down to find a place. The bottom is not very good either the neck or the chest. Fang Fan's gaze sized Lu Jiyi around, and then he said with deep approval. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2546. Lu Jiyi was stunned. Why is this guy so brazen? She had never seen such a brazen man. This is really dare to say anything. Even if you say it a little more reservedly, that's fine. Am I shameless? Am I shameless? Are you stressing me out like this? This brain is buzzing. This is 1,000 words and 10,000 words, that's how it feels. At this moment, the audience is also full of exclamations. The so-called moralists are still a minority after all, and most of them are normal people, so what they express is a normal attitude. This time I'm standing on Fang Fan's boss. This F***ck is the position of squad leader, both men and women are the same. That's right, that Lu Jiyi from the Priest Academy, she herself let Big Boss Fang Fan take action at first, so it's no wonder Big Boss Fang Fan. That's what it means, the feeling in all aspects is like this. If this is the case, it can only mean that this woman committed suicide herself, and has nothing to do with Fang Fan at all. That's the truth, but this Lu Jiyi is a woman after all, and she looks pretty good. What's the matter? What's the matter with women? Don't they all say that men and women are equal? They were all the same when they were competing for monitor, but now they're talking about this? No one cares about you. That's right, what I'm most annoying to hear is the topic of equality and injustice. This F***ck is looking for abuse. There were endless discussions, but most of them still supported Fang Fan. Kid Fang Fan has evolved now. He wasn't like this before. Lu Li, does he want to pretend in front of you? To show that he has nothing to do with other women? Will he not change his mind? This strategy is brilliant. While Bai Biao was talking, he immediately deduced in depth from the side. This is bang bang bang, as if things are really like this. In fact, in general, what is said is nonsense. It is absolutely impossible to try to provoke the relationship between Fang Fan and Xiao Li Yulai. My husband is not as boring as you think. My husband is a person who does great things, and he won't think of these things just because of a woman. My husband has great wisdom and thinks very comprehensively. My husband. While talking, Xiao Li Yulai couldn't help showing an excited smile on her face. This is my husband at every turn, who can resist this? This dog food is eaten one after another. These bitter tears are even more so. Bai Biao opened his mouth, completely stupefied at the moment. This time he was defeated. On the high platform, the competition has completely become tense. Lu Jiyi has completely hated Fang Fan at this moment. What women care about most is this face, but now Fang Fan has ruined it. One can imagine how strong the restlessness in this heart is. Lu Jiyi took a deep breath, and the gesture of gnashing her teeth was vividly displayed. Fang Fan. You provoked me first. It was you who moved first. Next, don't blame me for not talking about classmate friendship. It is absolutely impossible for you, a one-star sanctuary practitioner, to be the monitor of the first-year seed class. I will never allow it. You are not worthy. The position of monitor is mine. No one can take it away. Feng Xiang 9 days. While Lu Jiyi was chatting, her eyes became sharper and her expression became more and more excited. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2547. This wave of words fully demonstrated the excitement and surge in his heart. Immediately began to display the big move. Immediately, blood-red fireworks suddenly appeared on Lu Jiyizhou's body. And she gradually danced along with her expression and posture really looked like a phoenix taking off. It's actually the sacred skill of Feng Xiang 9 heavens. It is said that this is a high-level holy skill, and it is only a hair's breadth away from the ultimate holy skill. This kind of high-level holy skill can only be cultivated successfully by the Holy Master. It is said that after this Feng Xiang 9 heaven saint skill has been completed, once it is used, it can even directly transform into a phoenix. Lu Jiyi's display should only be at the initial stage, but it's also very strong. After this wave, it will shock everyone. This combat power has skyrocketed, I'm afraid it has more than doubled. So powerful. Steady, steady on the whole line, the mentality must be steady, and the rest of it will be fine for now. I don't know if Fang Fan can catch this move, don't overturn it. How is it possible? You haven't seen the big fight between Fang Fan and that sky-level student Zhuoqiu Yun before, that was a wonderful one. Fang Fan directly killed him with the invincible sword. The sound of explosions came one after another, and the excitement on everyone's faces was beyond words. With the concentration of thoughts, their expressions became excited. Why? Pity. Bai Biao glanced forward, and then sighed silently. While talking, he immediately shook his head, with a very real expression on his face. Brother Bai Biao, have you seen something? Is this situation unfavorable to Brother Fang Fan? Brother Bai Biao, is Brother Fang Fan in danger? Guisha took a deep breath, and couldn't help showing a nervous look on his face, as if he was about to charge straight up. If my husband is hurt a little, I will go up and tear this woman apart. Xiao Li Yulai gritted her teeth, and then said with a straight face. Anything is dangerous. What are you guessing about? I didn't say that Fang Fan is in danger. If he can't even control this little scene, he will be blind for nothing. Bai Biao waved his hand and said calmly. Brother Bai Biao, then why were you lamenting and regretting? It made me break out in a cold sweat. Kisha rolled his eyes and complained angrily. It's a pity that I didn't open the betting market this time. If not, this time is also a good opportunity. Although the scene is not as big as before, it shouldn't be a big problem if you want to earn 18 billion. I was just kidding with you just now, and I missed all of this. 108 billion, just missed me. And the gamble doesn't need to be split equally with Fang Fan, it's all my own. I lost 10 billion. While Bai Piao was talking, he gritted his teeth and said, "This really sounds like the same thing. I really don't know what's going on here. In fact, to put it bluntly, this guy is just thinking wildly." Guisha and the others rolled their eyes, completely speechless to Bai Piao. This guy has completely fallen into Qian's eyes now, and he can't get up now anyway. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2548. This easily loses 10 billion. Just follow by blind. On the high platform, after Lu Jiyi, a student of the Priest Academy, performed the high-level sacred skill Feng Xiang for 9 days, Fang Fan also took off directly. The corresponding posture is vividly displayed. With the addition of the high-level sacred skill Feng Xiang Jushan, Lu Jiyi's combat effectiveness has indeed improved a lot, but it is still not enough in front of Fang Fan. When it's time to hang and beat, you still have to hang and beat, there is no need to say anything, just go up and do it. A fist the size of a sandbag smashed towards her, and then directly squeezed Lu Jiyi over, punching her up. Which piece is comfortable to beat which piece? Lu Jiyi, who was soaring like a phoenix, was completely defeated at this moment, and she was completely stunned. At this moment, his eyes widened, his eyes frantically scanned the surroundings, and the whole person fell into a special situation. From Lu Jiyi's point of view, she originally thought that she had already used her unique skills, and that the next wave would directly defeat Fang Fan. Then he declared that she was the new monitor of the seed class. She is the strongest existence in the seed class. But now, completely dumbfounded. Now it's like being stunned. Head melon seeds, chest, waist, buttocks, thighs, there is no place that does not hurt. Admit defeat. Fang Fan asked indifferently, he is not the kind of person who is unreasonable, as long as this Lu Jiyi bows his head a little, this matter will be over. Don't admit defeat. I won't admit defeat. I just won't admit defeat. Lu Jiyi tilted her neck and stared at Fang Fan fiercely. While staring, then started to yell. How can this be done? From Fang Fan's point of view, aren't you trying to die? Originally, he already had a heart of kindness, but you are still stubborn with me, so you can't blame me. I'm not your parents, so I still let you. Fang Fan directly took out a chair and put it in front of him, then he carried Lu Jiyi on his back and put it on the chair, his palms became boards, and he just punched him when he went up. Snapped. Clap clap. The crackling sound was endless, and the scene was once extremely shocking. After this wave, Fang Fan just wanted to kill Lu Jiyi's arrogance. So humming proud. The pride is boundless. Son of a bitch. Asshole. I won't let you go. With tears in her eyes, Lu Jiyi yelled, her delicate body trembled violently, feeling the tearing sensation from her buttocks and thighs. Lu Jiyi wished she could rush forward and bite Fang Fan hard now. But now she felt a sense of powerlessness all over her body. If she chooses to admit defeat at this time, it is actually not a big deal, then this matter will be resolved accordingly. But obviously, this guy is the top iron. And I don't know how to practice this iron head skill. Anyway, I just keep my face so straight, I just don't want to spit it out. In the end, Fang Fan got annoyed. The scene once seemed extremely eerie. The audience below were completely stunned. Damn, so exciting. I'll go, knock him down with one move, and then that's it? This, how about this? This picture is simply too beautiful. This big brother Fang Fan won't, doesn't he really think so? Damn it, it's not impossible. Tisk, know how to play, really know how to play. Maybe this is the boss. Who says it's not, at the time of takeoff, who dares to be dissatisfied? A slap in the face, that's tough. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2549. Wonderful discussions continue. Bai Piao and the others stared at the scene in front of them with wide eyes, inexplicably falling into self-doubt. They wonder if they have read something wrong. Is this situation serious? I seriously doubt that Fang Fan did this on purpose. This F***CK is openly taking advantage. Does he have any special hobbies? He just likes to do this in public, so that he will gain the envy of others, and he will be extremely satisfied deep down in his heart. That's right. Fang Fan must think so. Lungo, I'm not as good as Fang Fan. This guy is so handsome. While Bai Piao was talking, he nodded again and said, the expression on his face was very real when he spoke. These are the most authentic verbal expressions, so real. For it. I think brother Fang Fan probably didn't think about it that much. Maybe he just wanted to teach this Lu Jiyi a lesson. After all, this Lu Jiyi was really too crazy just now. Gisha groaned, and then defended Fang Fan from the side. Just a lesson. Do you think Fang Fan is innocent? A mop is a moo. I knew it all along. Man, that's all there is to think. I understand him. That's definitely what happened. Trust me, I'm right. While Bai Piao was talking, he held his head upright, his posture proud, his eyes shone with a different kind of brilliance, his body trembled unnaturally, his thoughts gathered here, and he felt a little excited for no reason. This excitement cannot be faked. Brother Bai Piao, you are not right. Take a step back, brother Fang Fan thinks so. Why are you so excited? Could it be that this is the picture you've been imagining in your mind? Zhuo Yao's mind moved, and then he looked at Bai Piao in shock, and then began to speculate in all directions. Bai Piao opened his mouth, and then he remembered that those words just now put himself in it. I'm not. I'm not. Don't talk nonsense. Bai Piao immediately refused Sanlian in a wave, then shook his head and said. How can such a thing be said? Isn't this slapping yourself in the face? Absolutely not. Slapping in the face is unacceptable. At this moment, Xiao Liulai on the side just watched the interaction between Fan and Lu Jiyi on the high platform, gritted her teeth inexplicably. I don't know why, but I just feel uncomfortable in my heart anyway. Murong Yu, as the tutor of the first grade seed class, was also standing aside at the moment. She was not surprised to see Fang Fan messing around on the stage. If one day Fang Fan chooses not to do anything, then she will be really shocked. As far as the current situation is concerned, it is completely in line with the established expectations. All in all, it's pretty normal. Murong Yu glanced around, and found that Tai Shujia was still smiling, and Fu Jing, the vice president of the Priest Academy not far away, was completely on the verge of breaking out. How decent! How decent! Let go of my disciple! Shameless! Fu Jing, the vice president of the Priest Academy, yelled, then gritted her teeth and walked over next, pretending that she wanted to continue doing it. What are you doing? Don't you understand the rules? They are competing, and they are competing to determine the candidate for the squad leader. Unless I choose to admit defeat, no one else has the right to interfere. What are you? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2550. Taishiji's poisonous mouth came online. Then he yelled angrily at Fujing, the vice president of the Priest Academy. I've never been afraid anyway. If you feel upset, keep going. Who is afraid of whom? Going up is not just a wave of fighting. The attitude that should be displayed must be displayed, which is probably the case. You are also a shameless person. Didn't you see how your bastard apprentice Fang Fan insulted my disciple? That's it. How is it different from the devil? As a master, if you don't stop him now, you still want to respond to him and encourage him. You are a teacher in vain. Fujing, vice president of the Priest Academy, was speaking and immediately became more and more aggressive. When talking, the tone is getting worse and worse. This is really unbearable. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Uncle G. Don't bully me too much. My disciple must not be tarnished like this. Fujing, vice president of the Priest Academy, trembled with anger, and her lips trembled slightly as she spoke. Anyway, now this feeling, everyone understands it. Probably such a very real feeling. What defiles and does not defile? Isn't your disciple unable to speak now? If she felt that she couldn't take it anymore, wouldn't she choose to admit defeat? According to the competition rules, as long as she admits defeat, the competition will be over. If Fang Fan continues to do so after she admits defeat, you don't need to do anything, I will go up and beat him. But now it's not that my disciple Fang Fan is unwilling to let your disciple Lu Jiyi go, it's that your disciple Lu Jiyi is unwilling to admit defeat. Since that's the case, you master, what are you bothering about? What's there to bother about? The rules of competition are strict, and no one can violate them. Taishiji gradually revealed a resolute expression while talking. The sense of hierarchy in this aspect seems to have followed suit. Anyway, it still makes sense. Although Fujing, vice president of the Priest Academy, was trembling with anger, she really didn't have any substantive reasons. Now I can be regarded as a dumb eat Huang Ya, I can't tell what I have suffered. That kind of feeling is not so good, and I am still thinking about what is there and what is not. Ji, admit defeat. Don't hold on. Fujing, vice president of the Priest Academy, gritted her teeth and said helplessly. She wanted to force her way through, but she couldn't. The feeling of all aspects followed, not to mention the others. I don't admit defeat. Master. I'm dead. Woo woo woo. The disciple is ashamed to see others. My life is ruined. How will the disciple continue to practice in the future? Wow. Woo woo woo. The stubborn Lu Jiyi suddenly twitched with grievance as if her psychological defense had been breached. While speaking, his lips twitched unnaturally. Anyway, the grievance in this heart has completely exploded. Too difficult. The helplessness and aggrieved feeling shown are also very real. Fang Fan's complexion turned dark, and he started crying. Isn't this a shame? If you can't afford it, hit it with a hammer. Not at all beaten. In the future, you will be like this, so don't pretend to be a tiger. You haven't learned much in combat power, but your temper is very hot. I don't know who I learned from. Fang Fan complained a lot, then picked up Lu Jiyi again, and then threw it directly into the distance.